What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Will back with another video. And today, we got a controversial video. So I haven't did a reaction like in a minute of going through, but with it being the off season and everything kind of being slow and dead, you know, I like to take my breaks in the off season when it's not really no news. I got a lot of videos dropping for y'all because I haven't posted anything really, but we got an interesting clip from Collin here. Now the thing with him, like I'm gonna say this at the start of the video before we get into anything, bro. We gotta keep in mind who this is. He's doing it for attention, for bait. You know, if you look at the analytics, the Browns actually do got one of the biggest fan bases across social media on the board. It's not like we the fucking Chargers or like the Jaguars or some shit like that. Like the Browns is pretty strong as far as social media wise. So if you say something negative in the light, it's gonna bring attention to your views. It's gonna bring your, you know, your name gonna be brought up, regardless if it's positive or negative energy, regardless if it's a good or a bad take. He's just looking to go viral. Essentially, it's not a lot of credibility behind the shit he's saying. So it's no reason that we should really be getting riled up about it. I couldn't find this clip for whatever reason anywhere. So I had to go to the UCS show with, who was this? This was, I think, can't think of his name right now. It's slipping my mind, but he was over here reacting to it. You know, the dude, G Bush, it was G Bush. G Bush was over here reacting to it. So this is where I found the clip at. It's a quick clip. I'm thinking it was gonna be longer than this, but it's about like 45 seconds. So we're gonna put it up on the screen here. We're gonna react to it. And let's get into it.
Baltimore was the best regular season team last year. Argument the best run team in football. I think they're going to be great again in the regular season. Cincinnati gets Joe Burrow back. When Joe Burrow's healthy, he either wins this division or gets to the playoffs. And they've been noisy. A lot of noise I don't like with T. Higgins, but I like Joe Burrow a lot. 3, Pittsburgh. I think Russell Wilson will succeed. At what level he succeeds, I don't know. And I didn't buy Cleveland last year. I don't buy him this year. I think Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry are excellent, but there's things upstairs they have to deal with, and I think it's a really good division.
All right, so first thing first, man, like I said, we got to talk about the credibility of his take. He picked the exact same thing last year. He had us last. We finished 11-5 despite having 26% of our team on IR. And yeah, a lot of the stuff he was saying wasn't really making sense and it wasn't really valid. You know, he said Lamar, Baltimore, good run game. Joe Burrow, they usually make the playoffs or win it, picking them to Pittsburgh 3. Even if you wanted to say the Browns was technically last, you know, last place could be 10-7. You know, 10-7 with us would be a little bit of a disappointment. You know, when you play 5 different quarterbacks in a year and still have 11 games, so finishing with a worse record would be a little bit concerning. And it means some stuff will have to go wrong, really, essentially. So yeah, so it'll be a little bit disappointing for the Browns to finish 10-7, but it's still 10-7. You still probably make the playoffs with that. Still probably squeeze in. Now, if you get a first round out down, you know that's kind of a subpar year, especially with the expectations you got. But it's not necessarily a bad take. But what he's going through here and saying, he's pretty much putting them last. Because he doesn't feel good about it necessarily. It's almost just like the Browns is the Browns type of take, you know, when you really look at it. Because you got Baltimore, what they go, 14-3 or 15-2 last year. Number 1 seed, won the division. You got the Bengals who could have, you know, beat Baltimore with Joe Burrow getting down and going out with the injury. Then you got the Pittsburgh Steelers. They always be good, always 10 games getting Russell Wilson now. It's going to be an upgrade, a quarterback from Kenny Pickett, expecting them to go up. You know, I could see that. And then you got the Browns, who's not historically been a good team. You know, got that motto of the Browns is the Browns. And they're trying to get away from that. Easy to kind of throw that fan base who's going to clickbait and going to, you know, be baited easily and to be aroused and upset by this shit. So it make a lot of sense for him to do it like that, you know, get a lot of attention. Got people like me reacting and talking about it. So I don't know, man. That's just the way I feel about it. You guys let me know how y'all think. Do you think it's any credibility? I feel like it's not a lot of credibility now with the sports media in the way it's being used, because now it's like a lot of more of a trying to have that hot take that comes out of nowhere, or if LeBron's not going to average 10 points next year, or like saying some stupid shit that end up being right. It's like that's kind of what we leaning towards. now when we talking about sports. So it's not a lot of really credibility. These guys don't watch all the games. It's impossible to watch all the games when you think about it in their work schedule. You got games that's coming on at 7, games that's coming on at 10, games in the middle of that, and then they got to be up at 7 in the morning. They're not watching all these teams. They're damn sure not watching the Browns. So they're watching teams like Pat Mahomes, the Chiefs. You know, it's a reason you don't see like the Chargers, who underperform every year, getting put last on these lists because they don't have a big fan base. So that's just my take and my opinion on it. If I'm not gonna do a ranking on where I think the division will end up going, but it might be a little bit surprising to you guys. I think it's probably gonna have a repeat of last year when you look at the division. That's my personal opinion on it. But like I said, we're gonna talk about that on another video. That's all we wanted to get to today. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. It's your boy Will. I'm out. Peace.